Imagine encountering someone who seems utterly charming, but, beneath the surface, conceals a web of manipulation and deceit. Welcome to the world of covert narcissism. In this video, we'll unravel the hidden tactics of covert narcissists, empowering you to spot their behavior and protect yourself. Let's dive in and expose the secrets behind this enigmatic personality. Effect 1. Chronic stress. Narcissistic abuse can mess with your head and body. It's not just about feeling emotionally drained. It can also lead to chronic stress, which is a big deal. When a narcissist keeps piling on demands and pressure, it cranks up your stress levels. Psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula explains that this chronic stress from narcissistic abuse can lead to some serious physical issues. Such conditions include high blood pressure, exhaustion, indigestion, and headaches. So it's not just in your mind. Your body's reacting to the stress too. It's like a double whammy. Effect 2. Loss of self-worth. Narcissistic abuse can mess with a person's self-worth. It's a form of brainwashing where the victim starts feeling lost and doesn't recognize themselves anymore. Psychologists often talk about this as a result of emotional manipulation. It's no wonder your self-esteem takes a hit when someone's constantly putting you down and making you doubt yourself. It's like the abuser is chipping away at your self-worth. Dr. Ramani Durvasula once said, "Narcissistic abuse can leave deep emotional scars. They make the victim question their value and identity." Effect 3. Brain damage. Experts say that getting emotionally beaten down by a narcissist can shrink parts of your brain responsible for memory and learning. It is like double damage because it can also make the areas linked to fear, guilt, and shame grow bigger. So you end up having trouble concentrating and remembering stuff. Psychologists have found that this brain damage from narcissistic abuse can lead to cognitive issues. Victims may experience memory loss and have a hard time focusing on tasks. It's like your brain is getting rewired by all the emotional trauma. Effect 4. Self-destructive behavior. When people get trapped in a relationship with a narcissist, they often feel isolated and helpless. They might start doing things that harm themselves. They might turn to illegal drugs, excessive alcohol, or overeating. It might sound odd, but it's a way for them to cope with the emotional pain and stress caused by the abusive relationship. This self-destructive behavior can be a way for victims to escape from the harsh reality of their situation momentarily. Psychologists often say that people resort to these behaviors as a way to regain a sense of control or numb their emotional pain. It's like a temporary relief from the constant emotional turmoil they're going through. It's not a healthy coping mechanism, but it's their way of trying to survive. Effect 5. Depression. Experiencing narcissistic abuse can lead to depression. When someone constantly calls you worthless or stupid, it can make you feel down about yourself. Psychologists say that the emotional manipulation and gaslighting that often come with narcissistic abuse can make you feel helpless. Plus, when you isolate yourself from friends and family, it can make those feelings of depression even more intense. The abuse messes with your head and your relationships, which can lead to depression. As experts suggest, narcissistic abuse is like a toxic cycle that chips away at a person's mental health. Survivors need to reach out for help and support to break free from this vicious cycle. Healing from depression and emotional scars is possible. Effect 6. Post-traumatic stress. Narcissistic abuse can cause post-traumatic stress that puts your brain on high alert. It's like your brain's constantly on the lookout for danger. Those traumatic experiences trigger a fight-or-flight response. It means anything linked to those painful memories can send you into anxiety overdrive, even leading to anxiety attacks. You might feel like you're stuck on guard duty because you never knew what your abuser would do next. That constant hypervigilance makes it tough to relax. Plus, you tend to avoid things or people that remind you of the abuse to protect your sanity. However, dealing with all this hypersensitivity after going through narcissistic abuse is not an easy task to do alone. Effect 7. Trust issues. Narcissistic abuse can seriously ruin your ability to trust people. It's like your trust got shredded to bits. According to psychologist Dr. Lisa Firestone, survivors of narcissistic relationships often start questioning everything and everyone around them. It's like you've always got a radar, looking for signs of deception. Dr. Ramani Durvasula adds that this can lead to a kind of relational PTSD, where you're constantly in fight or flight mode. You're assuming everyone's out to hurt you. This lack of trust can impact your relationships romantically, with friends, at work, and even with your family. You might find yourself second-guessing your loved ones, which is tough. It can take a while to rebuild that trust. Effect 8. Chronic guilt. Chronic guilt is a heavy load that often comes from narcissistic abuse. It's like a constant weight dragging you down day in and day out. Psychologists explain that narcissists use manipulative tactics that make you feel guilty when you don't meet their expectations. The mere thought of doing something that might displease the narcissist can feel like a forbidden act. Over time, you will develop a habit of feeling guilty about your choices. It can shake your confidence and decision-making. Remember, this chronic guilt is a result of the narcissist's manipulation. Seeking support and therapy is essential to break free from its effects. Effect 9. Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is like a mental tug-of-war that can mess with your head when you're dealing with a narcissist. It's when your brain gets all mixed up because the narcissist's actions don't match their words. This mess of conflicting thoughts and feelings makes you question yourself and your sanity. Psychologist Leon Festinger says that when we're in this state of cognitive dissonance, we try to resolve it by changing our beliefs or making excuses. So if a narcissist treats you poorly but claims to care, you might start to believe their lies to reduce the mental conflict. It can be confusing and harmful to your self-esteem. It can leave you feeling lost in a maze of self-doubt. So it's essential to recognize this effect of narcissistic abuse and seek support to untangle your thoughts and regain your confidence. Effect 10. Emotional regulation difficulties. When someone goes through narcissistic abuse, their emotional world can get pretty chaotic. It's like a roller coaster ride for their feelings. Some days, they might be overly emotional, while other times, they might feel like their emotions get switched off. Psychologists say it's because the abuse messes with your ability to control your emotions. Dr. Ramani Durvasula has said that victims often have to suppress their own emotions to cater to the narcissist's needs. It can lead to difficulties expressing themselves or even knowing their feelings. It's like trying to drive a car with a wonky steering wheel. It can take a while to get back on the emotional road. The impact of narcissistic abuse on one's mental well-being is both profound and far-reaching. Recognizing the signs is the pivotal first step, but the journey to healing is a comprehensive process that extends beyond mere awareness. Embracing your healing journey involves acknowledging and understanding the effects of narcissistic abuse and taking a significant stride toward reclaiming your life. This journey is marked by both challenges and triumphs, and you're not alone in this pursuit. The path to recovery is illuminated by support, self-care, and a commitment to self-discovery. Don't underestimate the power of seeking help. Opening up to trusted friends, family, or a qualified therapist can be a transformative part of your healing journey. These individuals can provide validation, comfort, and a vital sense of connection, helping you overcome the isolation that often follows narcissistic abuse. It's more than okay to ask for help, as understanding that it's not a sign of weakness, but rather an affirmation of your strength, allows you to reach out for the support you deserve. You have the right to live a happy, healthy life free from the weight of narcissistic abuse. The road to recovery from narcissistic abuse may take time, but it is undeniably worthwhile. With the right support system, a commitment to self-care, and your inner strength, you can transcend the pain and rediscover your true self. Your healing journey is unique and transformative, and this is only the beginning. We hope that this article has served as a guide, providing insights, encouragement, and direction as you navigate your path toward healing and well-being. You are not alone, and there is hope for a brighter, happier, and healthier future beyond the shadows of narcissistic abuse. Embrace your healing journey and let your inner strength shine through.